Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, if you're much like me and a huge fan of the GTR Skyline GTR lineup coming out of Nissan over the past several years, obviously the vintage ones, well, we actually learned about those thanks to magazines and video games, but actually finally got the R35 here in the States as it was a worldwide release automobile. But the vintage ones are very well sought after, and the R32 is actually something you can still legally import here in the United States, and it's obviously the most popular one, at least other than the R35, as far as sales are concerned. They built over 44,000 of that particular machine. And Nismo Heritage, thanks to those folks, have been developing parts for it for several years. But if you're a big fan of the R33, and especially that R34, that's definitely one of my favorites. Now, Nismo Heritage is actually going to build parts for these, and it's pretty impressive because these things are rare birds. The R33, they only built 16,674 of these particular machines, and that R34 is freakishly actually rare. For the world, only built on 11,577, and assuming a bunch of those things have been wildly torn up or wildly modified. But if you want factory-style parts, Nismo Heritage has now got your back on these two machines. They're going to be developing new parts by the day for these two vehicles. Next up on the list, well, you've probably seen it by now, Jeep actually showing off the brand new Gladiator pickup truck version of the JL Wrangler. And it's pretty impressive when you really look at the specs of this machine, because FCA had to do a fantastic amount of work actually developing this particular machine, because it's wildly different as far as the JL Wrangler is concerned. Now, as far as the drivetrain is concerned, it's carryover, not hugely surprising. It's going to come with a 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, making 285 horsepower, 260 pounds-feet of torque. That's either shifted through a 6-speed manual gearbox, yes, it does get a manual, along with the 8-speed automatic, if you so desire, on that front. Dana 44 axles, comes with standard 373 gears, 31-inch tires on all four corners. Now, if you want to go for the maximum with this thing with the 3.6-liter Pentastar, along with the 6-speed manual and the optional 410 gears, this vehicle is actually tops in its class as far as its towing capacity and hauling capacity. It can haul up to 1,600 pounds of weight inside of the bed and can actually tow 7,650 pounds. Now, coming very, very soon, we're going to get a new engine option, but let's go over a little bit about what this vehicle is versus the JL 4-door. It's quite a bit bigger. 30.9 inches longer bumper to bumper over the standard JL. In fact, the wheelbase grew quite significantly as well at 137.3 inches, which is 19.9 inches longer than the actual 4-door JL Wrangler. Now, that aforementioned engine option is going to come out in the year 2020 as a 3-liter eco-diesel, turbocharged diesel, is going to be available, making 260 horsepower, 442 pounds-feet of torque, shifted exclusively through that 8-speed ZF gearbox. It's going to be interesting to hear the towing rating on that particular machine when it's made available. No pricing or availability have been released as of yet, but we'll definitely keep you tuned of what we hear. And if you haven't seen this little fantastic piece of kit over the past several days, Nissan showing off this brand new Leaf Nismo Edition RC, full-blown race car from the folks over at Nismo and Nissan. The thing comes with a 120 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery setup, making 322 horsepower and 470 pounds-feet of torque. It is an all-wheel drive automobile. 0 to 62 comes in just 3.4 seconds. Now, Nissan actually hasn't come out and said exactly what they're going to do with this machine. Is it going to race in maybe the Japanese touring car series, maybe even the British touring car series as well? Haven't actually come out with that. It is going to make its official worldwide public debut on December 12th at the Fuji Speedway at the Nismo Festival. In fact, it's going to be lapping the track right alongside their brand new Formula E car that's going to make its debut later in the year. So, cannot wait to hear what they may have up their sleeve for this brand new racing machine. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. Get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.